Yo, well, what's up guys? It's Matt from the Rockets Game Corner, and I am back with another Wi-Fi battle for you guys. This Wi-Fi battle, I'm really not going to be talking about the battle pretty much at all. I'm going to be talking about the Indigo League of Legends and kind of update you guys on what's been going on there. And hopefully get you guys caught up by the end of this. This is a good battle with my friend and my co-coach of the Oakland Remmer Raiders, Steve, aka Magnitude. This battle was actually from the very beginning of ORAS, the first couple weeks that the game was out. This was all Pokebanked Mons, and it was the first couple weeks, and I'm pretty sure that I get dumpstered, but I can't remember. I probably got beat. This is a long time ago, and I'm a much better battler now than I was then, but all Johning aside, before I get into this battle, I would also like to talk about the fact that I got a new camera. I'm going to be uploading a video probably either before this or right after this with the Pokemon Generations Blastoise box opening, or a Pokemon Generations Blastoise box opening. Jesus, that's so hard. And it's going to be with my new camera. It looks sick. I really like it. However, a couple videos after that, like the other half of the booster box opening and things like that, will not be with the new camera. So it'll still look decent like it always has, but it will not be the glory that the new camera gives. But I recorded a bunch of stuff prior to receiving my camera, and I don't want it to just go to waste. So I've also been at my mom's house because they are in London and I'm house sitting for them. So I haven't been able to upload as much because their Wi-Fi has been down and all poopy and stuff. They have AT&T Uverse, and for some reason it's been out here like constantly. So I'd have to go home to upload stuff, and I don't want to really be there. So I'm just kind of chilling here and just waiting until I have a chance to upload these. I don't know when it'll be. It'll probably be sometime during the first week of June. But yeah, so let's get into this Wi-Fi battle, and let's get into talking about what happened in the last 3 weeks of the Indigo League of Legends. So the last thing that you guys saw from me was my battle versus Zai, and we were able to pull that out as a victory. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the video, definitely go watch it, because all of my Indigo League of Legends battles so far have been hype and really good. So go check those out, and go check out Zai. Since I said him, I might as well shout him out. But anyways, so week 6, because I was 5-0, week 6, we faced the Hub City Houndooms and Crooked Croc. Now, Crooked Croc was 4-1 at this point. I was 5-0, so he was definitely a good challenger. It's his first year in the league. He kind of has that Roshi syndrome, where last year people didn't really because they hadn't seen him a whole lot, they weren't prepared for his style, and he kind of caught a lot of people off guard. And he's been doing really well for his first season in the league. But yeah, so I knew it was going to be hard, but I didn't really prepare for, or I didn't really prepare as much as he did. I feel like he definitely out-team planned me, and that was the main thing in this battle, was that he prepared better and harder than I did, and he was ready for it. So there is a lot of controversy that went into this battle, though, because we DC'd, and the other co-commissioner, Isaiah, tried to determine a winner himself, and based off of what he thought would happen in a 5 or 10 minute conversation between us, when we talked about what was going on. So here is here is exactly what happened. I'll lay it all out for you, and you guys can make the decision as you want to make, and I'll tell you why I think the decision should have been different. So what was left on the field was I had a Mega Absol with Fire Blast, Swords Dance, Sucker Punch, and Superpower for and I had Superpower. So and that was at 80%, 85%, something like that. I had a Rotom Heat, which was at 50, maybe, I think it was just above half, but it was barely just above half, so we'll just say 50. It was 50%, and it had a Life Orb, so it was about to take more, and I think it'd be under half after Life Orb. Yeah, so that's what I had. He had, on the field at the time, he had a Gliscor, which was at about 20-25%. It was about 22-ish, probably around there. He had a Choice Scarfed Hitmontop, which was a giant threat, as you can imagine, to my remaining 2 Pokemon, being Absol and a half HP Rotom Heat. He had a Chansey, which was at about 90 because it had already came in on rocks at least once. I think twice, but he soft-boiled up the time before. So it was at 90 and was going to take rocks again. He had a Golbat, which was at 50, that was about to be at 25. And he had a Ferrothorn, which was at about like 80 or like 70 or something like that. I just know it was like above half, but not like full, because I hit it with something early on. It was at like 60. And I think that's all that he had left. He had... Yeah, I think that's what it was. There was like 5 Pokemon. So that's Gliscor, Chansey, Hitmontop, Ferrothorn, and then Golbat. So yeah, so there you go. I think I just said all the 5. I might have said 2, but I think I just said all 5. Okay. So basically, the game DC'd as I clicked Overheat on his Gliscor to kill it. However, he switched into the Hitmontop, and it DC'd as he switched. So I was kicked out of the battle. Bad things happened. I was sad. I didn't know why he switched, because he could have just sacked the Gliscor and then won by choicing himself into close combat, like really, really easily. Could have just won the game that way, but he switched, and apparently he switched into Hitmontop. So he doesn't have any special defense or HP EVs from what I remembered. All I remember is that we ran the calcs after he gave me his EV sprite. It might have been max HP, max defense, but I think it was max attack, max defense. I think it was max attack, max defense. But all I know is that I was a Life Orb, Rotom Heat, and an Overheat would have one-shotted his Hitmontop if it were to hit. I clicked Overheat. He claims that it didn't DC for him until after the attack was used, and that my Overheat missed. Now, I did not see this. I don't think he's a liar. He could very well be in the right and saying all the right things and stuff like that. But personally, I don't know, so I can't say. If my Overheat hits, I don't think there's any doubt in anybody in the world's mind that I win, because Fire Blast, barring a miss, kills Ferrothorn and Golbat and would kill Gliscor. No, the Gliscor's got to get up to like 45%, and that's Fire Blast from Mega Absol. I can Swords Dance and 1v1 the hell out of the Chansey if he tries to send the Chansey in, and the Hitmontop would have been dead, and the Hitmontop was literally his win condition, and he switched into it, which in my opinion was a pretty big choke, but he did that. So if my Overheat hits, then I win. I don't see any other scenario where I win. Based off the other previous turns of the game, I don't think he like massively outpredicts me and then like is able to somehow just like trick his way into winning, even though everything's basically dead on his team. I don't know, like trick. I don't even know what he would do. I really don't even know like if there's any possible way for him to win at that point once I get Absol, because I don't come in on rocks, only he does. But if my Overheat misses, then I don't think there's any way in the world that I win, because he has a Choice Scarf Hitmontop now, where even though he switched it in on an Overheat for whatever reason, even though he did that, there's just no way that he there's no way that he loses. There's no way for him to choke it away after that. But yeah, so that was what happened that week. Isaiah determined, he tried to determine that it was a 3-0, but for him, but that just didn't make any sense in the world. So I thought it should be like, even though I think I would have won, I tried to give him the 1-0 victory because he needed it a whole lot more than I did. I felt like it really won't hurt me. I don't want it to hurt my differential, because I still feel like I should have won, but I don't want him to get a loss, because I don't know. I wanted to be a nice guy and say that he shouldn't have gotten a loss. So, but instead they made it a 2-0, which is, I guess, like in the middle between me and Isaiah's, a 2-0. It's not going to hurt me that much, but I just don't feel like it was entirely the right thing, but to each their own, and that was the thing. So that's the scenario. You can judge for yourself what you think would have happened. And again, we're also taking into effect whether the Overheat hit or the Overheat missed. So the week after that, I faced Trainer Connor in the San Francisco Swamperts. Basically, I whittled down his walls, and Mega Absol was able to make a nice sweep. Now, that same week, I traded Doublade, and I traded Mega Glalie. I traded both of those to Kelly for Heracross, which can be used as Mega also, and for Arcanine, because remember, Maddie was the GOAT last season in our run to the championship. So I had a lot of Steel types on the team. I wanted Flash Fire, I wanted like Intimidate, because I had no Intimidate support. My Laundry is apparently done, which I should probably go get, but yeah, so there's that. And yeah, I got that. So Arcanine and Heracross really came through the next week. The next week I faced Johnny Diesel. Now Johnny Diesel, as we all know, is a very good battler. He's in a bunch of leagues, a ton of leagues. He's really good. He was 5-2. I was 6-1. So if he wins, he now has the tiebreaker over me. It's the saddest of days. And he now is basically in charge of the division. He's now in first, and he creates his own destiny for the remainder of the season. So that was a thing, and that was scary. But I was able to win. His Wi-Fi kind of was messing up and was making Showdown lag. But I was able to win a 4-0 victory there, which was pretty nice. I wasn't expecting to beat him that bad, actually. Not that I completely dominated or anything. I just felt like the team that I brought beat the team that he brought, which is a lot of times in league format, especially with the super jank roster format that we do right now. I'm not saying that I'm not at fault for the roster system being jank, because I definitely had a say in like what went down. As far as creating the rules, I had somewhat of a say. But I definitely think we need a points-based system next year, because it was just out of control this year. Like, it just didn't make any sense. Like the not having any tier system, all Pokemon can be Mega. It makes certain teams, like how mine is right now, kind of overpowered. And especially in the format that we're right now, it's basically like you have 12 Pokemon that can be amazing. Are you going to bring the 12 Pokemon that are amazing that are you going to bring the 6 Pokemon that are more amazing than your opponent's 6 Pokemon? It becomes like the entire game is team planning, which it is in league format anyway. But especially when the teams are this overpowered, and it's kind of a crapshoot. It's like, yes, this will combat this, and this will counter this, but he has this other really good Pokemon, so why wouldn't he just bring this? Because this would counter this. It makes everything, like, there's no way to think about it. Like, you can't analyze all of these possibilities, because unless you just have a godly team matchup, you can't cover 12 or like 10 Pokemon that are like really good. Like, if you've seen some of the rosters, it's just absolutely crazy. But that's a discussion for another day, and hopefully the league will change that next year. I know a lot of people are wanting that, so it'd be cool if that was implemented, so then that way we can at least have like a little bit of regulation, and we won't have a crazy team thing like we have this year. But so to recap, we are 7-1 going into week 9 versus Kelly, which should be a W. She hasn't won a game this season, but she's really cool. I like Kelly, but hopefully we take that victory. Should be a W. And then after the should be a W, we play the WMAR in week 10. And WMAR will need that victory to make the playoffs, probably. So he'll be team planning really hard. He has a scary team. I had a massive blockbuster trade that we need to talk about in another video that I don't want to talk about right now. But we need to talk about it in another video. And I'll talk about it then. But it was a trade with Wamar that's going to make his team a lot scarier. But I think we can still do it, and you know what? If we lose, it doesn't matter, because we have a 2-game lead on the division, and we have the tiebreaker with the person that we have a 2-game lead on. So we are guaranteed the first seed in our division right now. We're guaranteed the first seed from our side, which is pretty sick. I'm excited to lock that up this week with a victory over Johnny Diesel. Literally, this week was a do or die, because if we beat Johnny Diesel, we have the 2-game lead and we're in. If we lose to Johnny Diesel, we're tied, and he has the tiebreaker, and shit, that would have been scary. I wasn't trying to do that, but that was the battle with Steve. I guess thank you for the battle, Steve. That was like 2 years ago, or maybe more now. That might have been 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure I got waxed. I didn't pay attention to which Pokemon I killed, but it was probably like a 2-0 or a 3-0 or something like that. I probably played really bad. If you look at my team, I kind of just get bodied by Conkeldurr and Mega Gallade. Like, if he wants to bring Mega Gallade versus any team, this team is it, because 5 Pokemon get one-shotted by Drain Punch. So I probably didn't do the best. And if he brought like Zen Headbutt or something, then he can even hit the Clefable, and Gallade's got a good special defense stat. It's like 110 or something like that. So like he can even live a Moonblast or two if he has like any bulk in him at all. So that was probably a really bad matchup for me. But again, all Johnning aside, thank you guys for watching this video. That is the wrap up for the last 3 weeks of the Indigo League of Legends. I wanted to get you guys caught up. I will have that video with the new camera, which I believe I already talked about. I'm going crazy, so I can't remember if I did. I recorded this twice, so if I'm repeating things, it's because I'm a dummy. But yeah, thank you guys for watching again. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.